Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Day 2 of the Player Networking event coming to you live from Miami. I am sitting here with Super Bowl champion, president of the NFL Alumni Association, Mr. Bart Oates. Bart, thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your day. I know your time is tight, and I'm so grateful that you had a chance to sit down and chat with me.
Thank you for inviting me on.
This has been so good already. Just being here, day 2 of the event. This is my 3rd PNE, so I'm a junior.
Right.
I say I'm not a rookie anymore. I'm a junior. But it's been interesting to learn more about how this program, this platform, provides information and resources for players to transition. And the conversation that you and I just had before we went live, that we probably should have been broadcasting, again, just gave me so many more revelations about what the NFL Alumni Association does in caring for kids and caring for your own. So can you talk a little bit more about what you were saying and kind of some of those things that people don't really know?
So we're an organization of former players, and we have 2 primary missions: caring for our own and caring for kids. And they're kind of, in many respects, they kind of run hand in hand, and they're not mutually exclusive. They work together very nicely. And that we have a lot of our former guys live in the communities and want to make a difference and have philanthropic efforts and endeavors. And so we're saying to those guys, hey, take this. I mean, we helped as former players, we helped build this brand. And so we deserve the right to use it. And so if you have a philanthropic, if you have something, a passion that you want, and something how you want to help your community, come to this. Come to us, and we'll help you kind of put together the process to do it. And so that's kind of caring for kids, where you can benefit those local community events and charities that many of our guys are very passionate about. And it may not be just kids; it may be something else. But I'm saying that's what we're about. So we're a 501c3, and we have a corresponding mission with caring for our own, and that's working with guys in their post-playing careers. And it's whether a guy was just a practice squad guy, signed a contract, maybe didn't even make it through camp, or a Hall of Fame guy, same membership status. Of there's transition, regardless of how long you played or how short you played. There's always a transition involved, because even just getting an invite to an NFL camp means you were a really good player in college. It means that you were a star in high school, and so it's a transition, and you dedicate so much of your life, and that's to be successful in football. And so we're here to help that. We're here to help with that process, and to say, there's a community of guys that have gone through it, want to work with guys that are going through it and will go through it, and say, that's what we did. We're a team. We're a team when we played. We're a team after we played.
That is so awesome. I love that you were speaking about how the NFL Alumni Association empowers the player members to leverage their association with the association. And I think that is in keeping with what PNE does. It's showing them what they don't even know that they have access to oftentimes.
Exactly. No, that's why we love the organization, and with the PNE, and are happy and glad that we're invited to partner with PNE, because it's the same mission, and PNE helps us accomplish our mission. So PNE makes us look good.
Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? So I love that. Yeah, you might have heard that somewhere. So Bart, tell us a little bit about you coming to this position, being president of the Alumni Association, having been a former player, having gone through your own transitions. How do you see the partnership between PNE and the Alumni Association being able to support more holistically the players that are going through and will continue to go through that transition off the field into society?
Well, for me, and everybody has their own story. Everybody has their own journey. I went through. I never expected to play professionally. I used football as a way to get my education in college, to get a scholarship. But that was the only way I was going to go to college. I happened to get to play in the USFL initially, and that got me. I was able to get a little bit better, and I signed with the Giants, and they were desperate for my position. I played center. Wound up playing there for 9 years, and went to San Francisco for 2 more years, and both teams were good, so we wound up winning some Super Bowls, and when you win Super Bowls and you're a decent player, you get more attention. So I wound up going to Pro Bowls, and so here I was, this little chubby kid growing up in Southwest Georgia that wound up with this I always loved playing for the game and had a dream of it, but doing much, much more than I ever thought I would do. But I liked going to school, so I started going to law school. I got a degree in accounting, went to law school while I was playing and graduated, passed the bar, and then my last 5 years I practiced during the off season, so I kind of
wow.
Yeah, well, it really wasn't that wow. It was like it was my journey.
Bart, you went to law school during the off season?
Yeah, which is think about it. Football, you have such a long off season. So I would go to law school, do a whole semester, and still have a month and a half off.
Oh
so
wow!
It really was, and it was either I guess I wasn't going to be able to sit. I couldn't just sit around the house. I mean, it just drive me crazy. So I had to do something. I'm like, listen, I'm making decent money, but I can go to school and really kind of the future, because I never expected to play. Every year I was expecting that somebody else was going to come in and take my position. So I'm like, let me
take advantage of this. Right.
So, and so that was my journey. And everybody else has, it's all individual. It's all just completely different for everybody. But I'm saying, take that, take this opportunity and leverage whatever that you can get from being an NFL player, because it's out there. And guys, people love to be around it. There's discipline, there's characteristics that you learn and that you have that you can cross over into the other areas of the world, in the business world, and your own your personal life, to be successful, to be happy, and to avoid some of the pitfalls. I mean, be smart enough to learn from some of the guys that have done it the right way, and guys that haven't done it the right way, and be able to learn, and so that you can be productive, you can be happy, that you can fulfill that those God-given abilities and talents that you've been given.
That is amazing. I just the mental toughness and the discipline to be able to do what you did, I think definitely shows that you were already thinking about your future. You were already thinking, especially because you never expected to play. Yeah, so what is going to happen on the day that I get the call that, okay, this ride is over, what am I doing next? You were already thinking about that. And I think that is amazing, because I'm sure you have, in your years of playing, know guys that weren't thinking about that. They didn't have a plan for the day after their career was over.
Yeah, no, it happens a lot. Yeah. It happens probably more than it doesn't, because in order to get to that position of being able to play in the NFL, you had to dedicate yourself. You had to kind of give yourself and make sacrifices that that got you there. Yeah. And so it's hard. I mean, and even after I played 14 years, it was still hard to actually make that decision to say, it's over. I'm done. Yeah. I'm finished. I went to San Francisco because after playing 9 years with the Giants, I'd already practiced. I'd already passed my bar exam. Was practicing law in New Jersey. But still, I wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready to give it up just yet.
Matter of fact, the longer you play, the harder it is to give it up.
Oh, I can definitely relate to that.
It's physically demanding, yes, but it's a wonderful. I mean, to me, playing football, having a bunch of guys, and accomplishing. I just remember that when I sat in the locker room after we won the first Super Bowl in Pasadena, California, in 1987, Super Bowl 2021. It was just, I mean, it was it. I mean, that's what you play for. That's what you dream about, and then actually do it. It's like, it was. I mean, still remember that vividly.
I love what you were saying. It is a physically and even mentally demanding thing to do, but you love it anyway. I'm former military, my husband's former military, and we have a saying, we embrace the suck. Yeah, so you start to love it. You start to love it. And especially when you've done it 10 years or more, you realize it's difficult to step away.
You realize that pain and that effort, there's a reward.
Yes.
And that reward is greater than whatever effort you put into it.
Right.
And it's that vision, that passion that gets you through the effort. And it's good. It doesn't matter what it might be, but everybody has that why. If you will.
Yeah. This has been so good.
Well, thank you.
Bart, thank you so much for chatting with us. Definitely check out. Can you give us the NFL Alumni website, just for the people that are interested?
NFLalumni.org.
.org. 501c3.
Yep.
That matters. Bart, thank you again so much for chatting with us. I appreciate you. I could talk to you all day.
That would be fun.
It would be. Thank you so much, Bart. So you all, thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned. We are in the middle of day 2 of the player networking event. This is the 20th annual year of this event, coming to you live from Miami. If you're not already following the page, follow the page. NFL alumni page will also be tagged in the caption of this video, so you can check them out too, because Bart didn't mention this during the interview, but there's more than one category of membership.
Oh, yeah. Everybody.
You might want to explore that. So thanks, Bart.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Okay.